Previously on Trails Beyond the Horizon, the party learned that someone spread bad rumors about Van Noor to make sure he got bad clients. They discovered the clients had a connection to the hospital, and sure enough, one of the doctors was contaminated. The doctor brainwashed everyone in the lobby, but Yoon Kafai held him off for us. In the hospital's underground facility, the Vestiges used the Genesis replica to create psychedelic drugs. The party then had to fight the masked soldier, an executor, and the masked instigator. The instigator summoned the second executor, but Kafai defeated it and the Vestiges retreated. Okay, now Kevin's route, expose sin. July 10, 6:40 p.m.
Finally, some rain.
Let's get inside.
My merchandise.
Don't see this every day.
Maybe it's being caused by one of the white Genesis.
The evidence found beneath the Basel Observatory is irrefutable. The hour of arbitration approaches. Seeing as both Father Leon and Mother Celise have decided to act of their own accord, however...
Yeah, what is up with that? Why aren't the church members on the same page here?
I doubt I've any need for concern. But if you find yourself in a similar mindset, leaving you unwilling to perform your duty...
No, I'll do what needs to be done. No real reason to worry about them either. They're dominions. They can't turn their backs on their stigmas.
While I'd like to believe this issue limited to just the two of them, I'm not entirely convinced. In any event, I have said all that needs saying. I shall await your final judgment. Keep your guard up, Father Kevin. You're likely to meet with interference in the coming days.
Yeah, understood.
That was the grump from Iscariot, right? The vice captain?
They're heretic hunters. I take it that means there's been some movement over in Basel then.
I think I heard him mention something about a fight there too. Against Celise, Leon, and a few outside forces?
The Thor's alumni, perhaps. I believe they're in Basel at the moment as well. But as for why such a clash took place, well, I assume the answer lies in whatever secrets they found beneath the observatory.
Guess there's a benefit to keeping a bunch of busybodies around. Saves me the trouble of having to explain everything. Jokes aside, though, you're right on the mark. Iscariot's investigating the matter as we speak, meaning I still can't say anything definitive. But just know that her crimes didn't stop at Tharbad. She's been deceiving the whole of Zemuria.
Deceiving, huh? Not really a word I wanted to hear.
I think you can stop dancing around her name already, though. We all know who you're talking about. One of Professor Epstein's 3 disciples. And Katra's grandmother, no less. She even personally helped us out during the Crimson Grendel incident.
She was in contact with that same Grendel.
Professor Latoya Hamilton. She's the heretic you're charged with hunting down, isn't she?
Yeah.
I had assumed that was the case, but it is nonetheless shocking to hear you admit it.
Is it? Can't say I knew her very well personally.
Quite shocking, yes. You see, the 3 disciples are some of the most influential figures in Zemurian history.
Railroads, airships, orbital vehicles, communication devices, weapons, even the manufacturing industry and the orbital network. All foundations of modern society, and only made possible through the work of the three disciples. And while it's true that Professor Epstein established the blueprints for these creations, his pupils were the ones to turn concepts into reality. Of the three, Professor Russell's work focused largely on orbital technology. Professor Schmidt found his niche in the military. And then there's Professor Hamilton. Her research has centered primarily on environmental issues, and she's used it to help people the world over. Where it's improving Northumbria soils, aiding against both the desertification of the East and the deforestation of the Central East. Well, she's done all that and more, which is why so many view her as something of a heavenly mother. Honestly, I felt it was only a matter of time until the church had her canonized as a saint. About that. It wasn't quite sainthood, but the church likes to award Sept-Terrion crests to those who have worked to maintain peace and prosperity in Zemuria. We tried giving her her one a few times now, but she's always turned us down. Ugh, and I can probably guess why too. Yeah, must have known her actions weren't exactly award-worthy. I think I'm starting to understand why this was so surprising to everyone. But the church has already decided she needs to be executed, right? More or less, yeah. Not even just putting a cell for life or anything. Her fate's not exactly set in stone, but things definitely seem to be headed in that direction. So what do you kids want to do? I doubt I even need to ask. You're right, you don't. You in past situations, usually when someone does something like this, they usually put them under house arrest in the hopes of reforming them and putting their skills to better uses. That's usually what happens in these games. But we're just going straight to execution. All the heretic stuff aside, we want to figure out what she's up to anyway. Yeah, especially knowing that the church is involved. That's like always the first time of trouble for Zemuria. We can't turn a blind eye to trouble. But that doesn't mean we're committed to your mission till the end. Don't mind laying a hand for a bit though. Oh, and no worries, I totally won't stab you in the back or anything. Okay, note to self, watch your back around Nadia. But seriously, thanks for the help. I'll be counting on you tomorrow. For what? Are we going investigating again? I thought we found everything we need already. Oh, but I guess there is still that thing they were talking about at the end of the memory.
After all, the way things are now is all due to the unforgivable deception I performed. I replaced what should have been with an observational outcome of my own.
Anyway, you still where I think you are, Professor? I'll head over now.
Thank you. And by the way, I'd like to return to Basel within the day, if I can. I'll open the path once I know you're near.
I imagine they must have been referring to the location where she initially performed this reality shift. Perhaps somewhere more conducive to the feat itself.
Yeah, well, wherever that location is, the church hasn't had any luck finding it either. So tomorrow we'll be splitting up to look for clues on our own. Business records, eyewitness testimonies, anything to get us where we need.
I was gonna suggest we get a head start tonight, but that storm outside's looking pretty bad. Doubt it'll be letting up anytime soon.
Actually, according to the recent forecast, the rain should be subsiding in the next few hours. Around 10 p.m., I believe?
Hopefully that means it'll be a little cooler tomorrow.
So, the rain's gonna be clearing up soon, huh?
I see someone's planning a little late-night excursion. Well, as I said before, I'd gladly join you.
Wow. Are you serious right now?
Oh, are you finally going to that strip club thing you mentioned?
Maybe you should cover your ears, Lapis.
Look, it's not like I'm going for no reason, all right? Remember Sarah? Apparently, she's gonna be performing as a special guest tonight. Figured it'd be rude if I didn't show up. You know, to support her.
Okay, now tell us why you're really going.
Because I haven't seen strippers in ages, man!
I thought it was gonna be an informant or something.
Oh, I'm gonna get front row seats so I can tip real big!
Thanks, that's all I needed.
Because I haven't seen strippers in ages, You set me up? Who are you even planning on sending that to? So I can tip real big!
feel like this is just a deception Kevin is layering to hide his true intentions.
You're the worst, Kevin. Just wait till Ein hears about this.
How the hell do you know so much?
And just for the record, Sarah will actually not be stripping tonight. Instead, she'll be performing in a one-woman burlesque show.
A difference I'm sure her agency likes to stress. Well, just try to come back before midnight, okay?
And make sure you bring back some tasty treats.
Wait, we don't get to explore at nighttime? Straight to the strip club? Okay. I guess it's for the best. Otherwise it'd be awkward to go to the Grim Garten like this. With this timing. It wouldn't sync up otherwise. What was Jack telling him? Sure, Jack had some kind of important info. The next day, Kevin and the artist rose bright and early to start their investigation anew. By focusing their efforts on finding info about the construction that took place 20 years ago, they had hoped to find a more concrete lead. Just as they'd foreseen, however, their search proved little help.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still a loyal to loyalies kind of gal, but man, moms are giving them a run for their money.
I feel so soft and loose. Wonder why? Maybe because my pores are open? Or at least I think that's what they're called.
Rosenberg Tech is really something else, huh? But you're right. Feels like the steam's cleaning out each and every one of my pores. Bet my skin'll be so dang smooth after this. S is gonna fall for me all over again.
Sounds like things are going great with you two. Oh, and he seems like such a catch. I'm so jealous. Wish I could just pick up a boyfriend from the store or something.
Yeah, well, I guess he is pretty great, huh? But come on, you work with movie stars, Hina. You must meet heartthrobs all the time.
I mean, yeah, but our agency gets pretty fussy about dating and all that. Plus, some actors are like totally different people behind the scenes. Yeah, no fateful encounters for me. But my sister, on the other hand...
How many times do I have to tell you? Van and I aren't like...
I knew it. Had a hunch ever since Van introduced you to us.
Huh. What's going on with Sarah and Van?
Nothing. Don't worry about it, Lapis. He has more than enough people vying for his attention anyway.
Oh, come on! He seems like the sort of guy who likes making things harder for himself.
Isn't that the truth? He's like the perfect fusion of all the ways guys get on my nerves. And don't even get me started on those hobbies of his. Anyway, I'll admit I might be rooting for a few others in this race, but that doesn't mean I can't lend an ear to a girl in love now, does it?
Nadia, please.
You know, it's just like I am Arkride. I'm starting to feel kind of bad for the guy. Yeah, well, they're not wrong about how he likes making trouble for himself. He shoulders way more than he should. Now he's dealing with trouble in the capital once more, as if the events of the past few months weren't enough. Although, admittedly, our situations are complex as well. No kidding. Didn't think we'd have so much trouble finding a lead. It's kind of strange that nobody else seems to remember, honestly. I mean, I know it was 20 years ago, but... the best we've got so far is someone saying they saw the professor come to town with a bunch of engineers around the time of the drought. And after a month of observation, the water levels began to rise, before turning into the oasis we see today. Seeing as there was a budget estimate for construction, there must have been an actual work site somewhere. But that was the only thing that they documented about the construction, wasn't it? Correct, due in part to the fact that costs were more modest than anticipated. Neither the city nor otherwise involved parties thought it necessary to concern themselves with the details. Everything seemed well in hand after all. I guess that's not surprising. I mean, it'd be one thing if they went over budget, but under. Her folks were pretty much dancing in the streets because of it. The leftover mural was apparently used to kickstart the entertainment district, which in turn led to founding of the film festival. But as for how the irrigation work managed to keep so far under budget in the first place, nobody knows. Except Professor Hamilton and the handful of engineers who assisted her, that is. Well, looks like we've got our objective for the afternoon, especially now that we know for certain she visited last year. Yeah, if we switch our bait, we're bound to catch something. And just in case our luck takes another deep dive, I filed a request for a few tidbits of extra intel too. Oh yeah, you met up with Jack in the club last night, right?
My word! I never thought I'd run into you here, Miss Rean.
Your Highness, oh, and Najee too. Wow, I didn't know you guys were in Farbad.
We only just arrived via airship, actually.
It's been quite some time, Miss Rean. And it's a pleasure to see you two as well, Miss Sarah, Miss Jahanna.
We're here for a meeting about the new film I mentioned yesterday. Oh, that reminds me actually. Don't you two also have a meeting soon? About your Central East Homecoming show?
We do, yes. I'm still finding it a bit hard to believe, honestly. It's where we immigrated from, so yes, you could call it a homecoming too, yeah. Nadia, who are they? Oh, that's right, you haven't met, have you? Well, to start, one of them is a real deal princess.
Oh, you're simply adorable! I'm Jita Osval, Princess of Elsign. And you must be Miss Lapis. I've heard all about you, you know. Although, you're a bit taller than what was described to me.
Yeah, there's been kind of a lot that's happened since then. Zeta and Najee, what lovely names. I'll give Zeta 93 points and Najee 91. 2 high scores.
Oh, I'm honored!
You're too kind, Miss Lapis.
The Princess of Alzheimer's Regard, huh? Talk about crazy timing. What's up? Given each of our unique circumstances, I'm afraid we're in no position to be speaking with the royal family of Alzheimer at the moment. At least not about proper preparation first. Rather inconvenient, isn't it? You got it right, and considering the princess's brother was involved in what happened in Basel yesterday. Swin, Rufus, mind calling the girls over? Probably best we get out of here. Just tell them it's time to grab lunch. The winner of this will result in Kevin fighting Rean to decide Hamilton's fate. All of that steam left me positively famished. It did wonders to my taste sensors though, they feel more precise than ever. Mutton kebabs and hummus, rustic but with a delicate flavor. And a supplement, a cold mint tea, perfect for cooling down with. Not often you eat so much, Nadia. Yeah, all that walking we did really worked me up an appetite. Well, eat your fill, kiddo. Anyhow, about this afternoon. We're gonna need to do a few more for SPGs. Might help us with our recon. Don't see a problem with that, especially now that we actually have advanced permission. By the way, about how we're doing this. We want to limit our search to learning about what Professor Hamilton did here in October, right? Exactly. Considering how unlikely it is we'll be stumbling onto the construction site anytime soon, we need to switch tactics. And thanks to the conversation we saw in that memory, we've already got to have a good lead. Our goal right now is to pinpoint where she was when she was talking to Dingle last year. That alone should bring us to the true nature of her crimes. We'll get there one way or another. As the heretic hunter, I swear to you that. Alright, understood. By the way, those gamblers from yesterday were looking into what the princess has been up to, weren't they? Correct, we asked Jack to investigate her for us. A risky endeavor to be sure, but considering the connection between the professor and Elsheim, one worth taking. Oh right, because she helped them with their afforestation project. Gulp. Okay, everyone ready to get the work done? You bet. Any leftovers you can... You clean your plate? Figure you'd be used to this by now. Thanks for paying, by the way. Delish, you better keep your wallet ready for snack time this afternoon, too. Yeah, just you wait. I'll have tried all of Farbad's finest cuisine before the day is even done. That should prove a wonderful stimulant to your optimization. Feel free to have whatever you please. On his mirror, of course. You guys are downright ruthless. Can now use Spears of Urin Loa. Lightweight outfits. Okay.
Why don't we take a stroll through the cultural district and see if we can't work up an appetite? Keep yourselves hydrated. After it rains, it gets wicked humid. Twice as hot out.
Hey, you got it! Whatever you say, Ma.
What the... I ain't your ma, you little twerp.
Seems like our group's gotten a bit closer already.
It's been several years since I've been in Farbad, but taking a tour like this has made visiting it fun again. Yes, it really is a nice city. The entertainment district is impressive, of course, but the cultural district seems like such a friendly place. The restaurant you told me about earlier was delicious too. Thanks, Nolly. And I'm glad to hear it. Prima was in low spirits up until yesterday, but she seems to be recovering bit by bit. She's been through a lot, but if I know Crema, she can definitely get through this. Sure seems like the Farbad police are having a hard time. With all these tourists from the Central East, the police have had to spend more manpower helping them out. The officers throughout the Republic are working hard, so it's time I got my act together too. After living in Eurasian for years, the city looks totally different. And getting to enjoy a variety of cultures is just one of the things that makes the Republic so great.
Welcome to Marjan Hammam.
Hey, you're back. I enjoy you guys. At least it's only hot here. In other parts of the Central East, they've got the desertification to worry about. They say it's getting worse every year. We can't just pretend it's someone else's problem. They did say one of the space program's goals was to determine the cause, but I'm not so sure. I'm back, Mom. I just finished helping people deal with the rain and sandstorms. I provided food to the people who got caught up in the storm and helped retrieve people's fallen laundry. Good work. Ma, you're a thoughtful one. I expect no less of the future owner of the Hilal Tavern and Inn. Now, if only you could find a good wife. Glance. Didn't I tell you to quit bringing that up? Sheesh. My son's a late bloomer. Considering he's going to be a future owner, I'd like him to be sharp. And if you know any good unmarried woman, please let me know. Mom, you're asking customers now. Didn't I ask you to cut it out? I'm really sorry about that. My mom's always like this. I keep telling her it's too soon for me to get married. I've still got a lot of growing to do.
Looking is always
Hey.
free, you know?
Chai pudding and Soul Chef egg dishes. Probably gonna require the expensive ingredients.
Come again!
Okay. Far bad. Upload.
I'll send this review to Van.
Sure. Go wild.
Pudding is seasoned with spices normally used in chai. The result, a unique scent and taste you'll crave even in the heat. Really gives you a sense of the locals' ingenuity. We suddenly got rain during yesterday's meeting, and when I was about to leave, I heard about an intense sandstorm. Feels like the climate is less stable than usual. Sandstorms especially can be a matter of life and death. Maybe I should wait things out for a while. Oh, it's you folks. Appreciate what you did for us earlier. You're from the caravan we met this morning, right? You feeling any better? Thanks to those drinks you gave us, we are. We were in some pretty bad shape out there. Feels like you gave us a second lease on life. Well, I'm sure you could have done the same if you were in our shoes. Your camels outside look like they were doing better too. There's no need for thanks. After all, I think our encounter proved beneficial to both parties. Yeah, never would have learned about that irrigation project without you guys. Well, after we heard you were putting together a Sunday school lesson on it, kind of felt like we had a duty to tell you. Should give me something to brag about to my son, at least. He'll be starting his first few classes back at home soon. I know it's already said and done, but is it really alright for a priest to lie like this? It's not like he's the most respectable man of the cloth. Well, I can't say the goddess is a fan, but she'll let it slide. Anyway, not every day you see experienced merchants getting hit by a sandstorm. Didn't even think there'd be an issue today, well, yesterday's downpour and all. Yeah, we're thinking the sand sea dried up faster than we expected. Desert's a big place after all. Could it be caused by those white genesis? And there was the fact the sandstorm came from a direction not typically on our radar. Is that so? What do you mean? See, given the conditions are right, some areas of the sand sea make the perfect breeding ground for sandstorms. So when we're planning our routes, we try our best to avoid those areas. The only issue is, the sandstorms have been growing more robust by the day. And all that heavy rain yesterday really threw us off our measurements, which obviously enough led us to misjudging where the sandstorm would hit. Sounds like you are all looking to make it out alive. We'll all be praying that our next trip's a safe one, alright? But I can't say a run-of-the-mill priest's prayers will be worth very much. Well, we appreciate it anyway. We'll try to be more careful in the future. Lost a lot of goods out there today.
Oh, it's way too hot outside.
Feel alive again because of you. Thanks for the provisions. The innkeeper has been kind to us too. We'll be sure to do our best in our business meeting. Must be hard for you too, as a traveling priest. I hear you even visit the nomads in the desert. Good luck with Sunday school. We'll be cheering you for you. Good gracious, I never thought there'd be a sandstorm in a place like that. It was even stronger than yesterday's. So I will have to be more careful from here on out.
Come out wherever.
Oh, I missed this cluster in the bathhouse. Whoops. I'm giving Clem his dad a tour around the bazaar, now with color commentary by yours truly. This is a second-hand goods shop. You can always find good bargains here. Wow, really? You sure can learn a lot from a local guide. Heh. Imani knows so much. It's fun hearing her talk all about it. And when she's in the bazaar, it's like she's got even more energy. Imani really loves this town. Now, I'm showing Clem and his dad around the bazaar. We went to my mom's shop earlier, but she was too busy talking. They're still talking too. I wonder what about. It's so nice how Clem and Imani have become such good friends. Oh my, how strange. I haven't been able to stop crying. I guess it's just really moving. Oh no, wait. Is it because the spice I bought from Monir? Shoot, I must have gotten it into my eyes and nose. Sniffle.
This market's got everything.
From Central Eastern spices to textiles and shishas, we've got it all. Come on, don't be shy. Stop on by. I'm helping out at the bazaar again today, even though I'm a little worried about old Nasri. You'll be the first one to scold me if I get all wishy-washy. I gotta give it my all to repay everyone here.
Get your spices here.
Thank you for looking after Clem. Your daughter is such a level-headed girl. Oh no, Imani normally acts so pampered. She's only this energetic because Clem's with her. Even yesterday, before bed, Clem was all she could talk about. Oh, my boy's been just as eager to play with Imani. The others go on ahead. Chatting with Monir makes time go by in the blink of an eye. I'd like to buy some more spices. Just a few should be fine.
Have your eye on anything.
Let's see, saffron biscuit. The 4 bad sweets.
I'll send this review to Van.
Sure, go ahead.
These bright yellow cookies have a saffron scent that whets the appetite. They're filling and non-perishable, so a good choice to use as rations, or grab with a pal on the way home. I'm thinking of going all out for lunch for my family today. There are some ingredients here that are rarely sold in the capital and are sure to make everyone nostalgic. The prices are reasonable too. Maybe I'll buy a variety of things to try.
Come and see.
We only got some rain again yesterday. What a relief. If we got nothing but sun, the oasis would eventually dry up. Though the oasis was never this big when I was young. Seeing as we're in the middle of the desert and all, I'm really thankful. There's nothing else we can learn here. Shall we try another approach? Yeah, let's.
Why, hello.
Classic scarf. Regalia cloak can be traded up for, okay. Time to find some souvenirs for her family. Maybe some traditional handicrafts would be nice. This jewelry has a surprising style. Oh, I bet something like this would suit Nelly. And it's cheap enough that it wouldn't seem too serious. Well, since I'm already here and everything, I don't really think about the space for her much, but I guess it's bringing in more tourists. At this rate, tomorrow night might be as crowded as last year's film festival. It's been too long since we've had a festival. It'll be the perfect time to promote my products. I'm out here to check out the bazaar since we've had a considerable amount of rain yesterday. It looks like Sanem is hard at work, even all on her own. That girl's gonna be just fine, I must say. It's quite moving to see her back. Sora and Jahanna called out to me as they were passing by earlier. They gave me so much advice about dancing. I thought we were growing apart, but that isn't true at all. Alright, time to go practice before I forget everything it taught me. So they were rescued from a sandstorm then. That's right, saved by people I was just talking about too. Well, speaking of the devil. Sorry to interrupt. Ismail here was just telling me about how you all helped that merchant caravan in the desert. I won't worry about the details right now. After all, it looks like you have business with us today. Your haste is appreciated. You're asking if Professor Hamilton was in Forbad last October? No, not that I'm aware of. After all, she was in the east around then, wasn't she not? And after leaving from there, I heard she went straight back home to Basel. When someone as important as a professor comes to Forbad, it's usually all people can talk about. So even the guild didn't know, that means she probably came in secret. Is that so? You know, I actually heard there was a bit of trouble with the city's water source around the same time. We're told the professor came all the way out here to fix it, but if you're saying otherwise, maybe we're on the wrong track. Perhaps we should look into whether or not there were any other strange happenings or incidents in October. That wasn't long after the film festival ended, right? Does anything come to mind? Actually, I think that was about the same time the Institute of Science notified us of an analysis they conducted on the plant we found. Plant, do you mean agave? The type used to make the drugs distributed during the film festival, right? Yes, the Guild's Forbad branch and the Institute of Science were collaborating on a joint investigation on the matter. For a while, we were sending them status updates on those who had taken the drug during the festival, as well as any residual evidence we collected. We even joined their field researchers on the trip to the cave where agave was growing in mass. However, the data we collected there ended up being insufficient, given that there weren't any agave clusters outside the cave to compare them to. Yes, which is ultimately why the collaboration continued until late October. Unfortunately, before we could make any further progress on the investigation, the Institute informed us that they would be bringing it to a close. Because they already finished their analysis of the evidence. Well, they did manage to learn a lot about the drug itself. They even shared a list of its components with us. We were at a loss on some of the other important details, like what the agave's preferred habitat is, or where there are any related species. We suggested to the Institute that we get those questions answered before any errors at the start of the investigation, but they told us that analyzing the drug's core components took priority, considering the danger it posed. So they continued with the ecological investigation after the component analysis was finished. Strangely, they'd have such a sudden change of heart. Someone with the authority at the Institute must have ordered them to bring the investigation to a halt. Someone like... that's concerning. Well, anyway, I think now we've got a better idea of what's going on back then. Thanks for answering all those questions for us. I was investigating that troublesome drug from last year, specifically the plant used in the Ouroboros shishas. I couldn't find any growing naturally outside of that cave, but I still managed to get a decent sample. I didn't think it was odd for the Institute of Science to posit analysis. But looking back on it, it is strange they didn't conduct a more thorough ecological investigation. It's difficult to imagine that Professor Hamilton would have come here last October. Even if she had made the trip, it would have been for the first time in years. People would have talked about it.
Let's do a search.
Token?
Shall we search?
Oh, I missed a token here. On the way to the Waterway. I get what Abdullah is trying to say, but progress is impossible without challenges. To say they aren't necessary at all is preposterous. So we're both old. All we can do is watch the young people overcome their own tribulations. For better or worse, it's up to them to carve out a new era. Society says there's a tendency to pursue novelty and convenience, even this space program thing. We're losing sight of what's important in the process. For what reason could we possibly need to go to space? If people keep backing out of greed, they'll suddenly incur the divine wrath of Arusha. Oh, this is... it would make sense, considering the directions they gave us. Sorry, what are we talking about? This is where Hina and Sara live. Something they mentioned while we were in the hammam. Yep, they said we could drop by whenever we wanted. I see. Well, since we're already here, why don't we go ahead and say hello? That sounds like a fine idea, though I'm not sure they're back from the hammam yet.
Wait, am I hearing things, or...
It was you guys! I thought I heard your voices. Making good on our invitation, are you? Well, come on in!
Such a warm welcome. Thanks, Hina. I hope we're not a bother. Remember to behave yourselves, you two.
Please, there's no need to worry. Just make yourselves at home, alright? Sorry there's not much room. Oh, and why don't I make you all some cold drinks?
So tasty. You said it, but it's made with all sorts of fancy fruits and spices, huh? Whatever it is, it definitely helps beat the heat. Man, this stuff's fantastic. Is it a homemade recipe? Yep, it's one of the Central East classic summer staples, called Sharbat. My sister's the one who whipped all these up, but I can make them too. I actually used the recipe my mother taught me. They're a lifesaver when dancing in the hot summer heat. See, families always got each other's backs when they are another, huh? If I recall correctly, your parents have passed away, no? When I was still just a little kid too. I don't really remember much about them honestly, but Sara's a different story. I'm just thankful I managed to hold on tight to what they passed down to me, even in spite of it all we've gone through. I couldn't have done it without Van and the rest of Arkride Solutions. Oh, she's got it bad, huh? Yep, you gotta admit, being in love's a good look on her. It just makes her all the more adorable. Jahanna. Arkride just has all the luck in the world, doesn't he? Don't know if I'd call it luck, really. His personality kinda just reels you in. Then he starts helping you with things and... Are you going to finish that, Kevin? I'm still working on it. I heard you two had been traveling for business recently, but your house is unexpectedly tidy. Do you perhaps hire a cleaning service of some sort? No way, our neighbors just insist on house sitting for us while we're gone. They've really done a lot for us over the years. We always gotta bring back a bunch of souvenirs to repay them. But it's always fun picking out something for them. Living here truly is wonderful. It's home in all the ways you can imagine. Guess that means that homecoming show of yours is gonna be a real sensation then. You bet, we're gonna give it the best we got. Wish Fairy, Inez, and Van could come see it too, though. That would be nice, having Judith and everyone else there. Maybe even the professor as well. Huh? By professor, do you mean? Alright then, we shouldn't overstay our welcome now, should we? Come on, time to pack it up, kiddos. After all, we gotta let these two get a practicing for a big show. You'll be rehearsing later, right? Oh, yep, right by the Oasis. It won't be a proper performance, of course, but if you're interested, you're more than welcome to watch. Plus, knowing that Fred's and Vans are in attendance will give us just the push we need to perfect our routines. Got it, we'll definitely be there then. Take care of yourselves, you two. The temperature is expected to rise in the afternoon. Hey, Rapscallion, why'd you pull us out of there? I think we stumbled into information on this target. That's right, but we can't just go diving that info without a plan now, can we? On a separate note, you two have been through Arkride Solutions case files, right? Ever find anything that could connect the sisters to our persons of interest? No, we didn't. All we know is that Van the Artist helped them deal with the incident here in Farbad. Well, she went to the east after the incident in Basel. Initially, however, during the anomaly which occurred in Edith last December, Sara and Jahanna were said to have been in the capital. I mean, they could very well may have had the chance to establish a bond with your target. But I suppose they could have met during the events that you and Swin were involved in as well. Putting aside how you just happen to know all that, I'm not really seeing any solid connections, Onionator. That must mean we're missing a piece of the puzzle then, a piece that even Van the Artist are unaware of. And I believe the answer may lie with Dingo. Sounds about right, though I'm gonna argue that our main concern at the moment should be the presence of the princess. But no use jumping the gun just yet. Let's just watch the girls practice performance, and after that we can start looking into things. Awfully cunning of you. Roger Dodger, but you know, Kevin, I'm starting to get the feeling that this villain bit of yours isn't really an act after all. He got me. Kevin, cunning. I say that describes you far more than it does him, Rufus. Yes, well, though my cunning is born from my inherently wicked nature, I'm not quite so sure Kevin's as heartless as he portrays himself to be. Remember Vance Group? Barry started wearing summer clothes and even let her hair grow out a little. Yeah, we just saw her recently. Yeah, she looked cute. Barry's always been pretty, but now she's showing off her girly side. She's just 14, right? I bet she'll be a real beauty when she grows up. Yeah, but I'm not gonna let her beat me. Let's both do our best, Nadia, so we can reach Inez's level. Or that hurdle might be too high. Good grief. You like Nadia just the way she is, right? I guess. You're still growing too, aren't you? Count on it. Oh, thanks for coming to see our performance last night. It's a little embarrassing, though. No, it was great. The girls that danced after you were cool, too. Your dancing is definitely an art, Sarah. It's easy to see why AHRENS'S wants to collaborate with you. Oh, please, I'm still in training. That look on your face says it all. I really hope a certain someone could watch me dance in that costume. No way, don't be silly. That damn Arkride, he'll toy with anyone. At least he can't be as bad as Rean.
Shall we search?
Oh no, we already kind of fumbled. The locals are still going on about how the Oasis dried up 20 years ago. Apparently it hasn't dried up since next to Professor Hamilton's construction. I remember people being surprised it only took a dozen or so engineers. Can't say I know the details, but they must have used some incredible technology. The city's even livelier today. You can tell people's spirits are lifted. I don't really understand how the pros and cons of the space program, but if it turns out to be a momentous day, then I'll offer a prayer of thanks to Rouge. This world's water and land, the sun, even our destiny, all of them are blessings from a goddess. Professor Hamilton's been to Farbad several times. She came 20 years ago, when the Hale Oasis was drying up, and she's been checking in on Farbad recently, offering inspections and technical help. She stops by this temple too. She's always been so deeply faithful and dedicated. The way she lives her life is a lot like those of the clergy in some respects. Big cluster. Hello there, we've got space for our merchandise for sale. According to the government, the program is nearly at its climax. It's hard not to be over the moon.
How can I help you? Please come again.
Shall we search?
We've entered a new era.
I heard some dancers will be performing here later. Apparently they were in some movies. I'm learning ballet, so I know a little bit about dancing. I wonder what traditional Central Eastern dance is like. And I can't wait to find out. Central Eastern dancing, huh? I came with Mina to see it, but I don't know. I don't really understand the culture behind that stuff. Same with ballet. Would I even get it if I saw it? The Central Eastern dance, huh? Apparently it's completely different from Eastern styles. I'm looking forward to it. It truly expresses the region's climate and history. Even if the subject matter is similar, the vibe is totally different, you know? Just like cooking. And it seems that way, but it's especially convincing when you say it, Meijin. You said something similar about Central Eastern cuisine too. That even if the ingredients are the same, the use of spices alone changes it completely from Eastern cooking. And sorry, I can get a little carried away. But isn't it interesting the way their individual environments foster differences? Certainly, but it can be frustrating. Unlike cooking or dancing, my line of work doesn't have a clean corollary in the Central East. Really, there must be something for if you look for it. Just tour the city's culinary hotspots, and I've got to say, Meijin's cooking and also cooking is something else. She's been studying the differences between Eastern and Central Eastern spices to find out what makes them so good. It was quite a bit of fun. Perhaps we should have another bite. We might have a little time before the performance. I'm ballet man in the realm of dance, but even so, I feel as if I can sense the culture it's cultivated. And it's hard to say without having seen it, but I'm looking forward to the show. I'm gonna lead a tour of the dunes, but it sounds like the sandstorm is real bad. Should I call it off? If I cancel, it'll be a real hit to our finances. If only there was something special I could take them to instead. It's the rainy season in Farbad right now, so of course we're getting rain. It's not sandstorm season, so what's up with that? It should have died down when the rain started. Oh, there is one new conversation. Weird.
Search time.
Man, that's right, because I'm playing as Kevin right now. Gotta say, you Dominions, bunch of crazies. Though now that I think about it, Master's playing strange himself. How you can say that again? Okay. Okay, one of these chests has a new memento orb. Let's just go there. Avoid everyone.
Keep your distance as you're attacking.
A whole flock. Let's trash him out quick.
Let's see. see.
You got a hard nut to crack.
Ah. Memento Orb 6. Okay, let's get out of here. Ancient Statue Retrieval Mission. It's the year 1199 of the Sept-Terrion calendar. The Grelzer, a clandestine organization within the Sept-Terrion Church's Congregation for the Sacraments, has been given a rather unusual mission. 12 of their number with special powers, the Dominions, were given command of nearly 1,000 knights to retrieve certain ancient artifacts. But although the troops were provided for use by all the Dominions, 2 eschewed any knights or squires and set out on their own. The 2 in question were the 2nd Dominion and the 5th Dominion. One, a man in his mid-20s who had recently been appointed vice commander, and the other, a young man of 18 who had been in his role just over a year.
My word. Isn't it simply exquisite? It would appear to be from the age of animism, well before even the Great Collapse. And the fact that no diagnostic device can even begin to analyze it. Oh my, it's just so fascinating. I'm practically giddy.
There he goes again. Once he gets started, nothing can shut this guy up. Anyways, seems like this one's different from the statue over in Nord, yeah? That one was a lot bigger, but it didn't seem like it had anything inside.
Very true. Even when we scanned it, it didn't appear to have anything to hide. However, I actually found the fact that there was nothing there to be rather suspicious in and of itself. Incidentally, there's another statue about the same size on an uninhabited island off the coast of Ordis.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Never seen it for myself, though. Either way, I guess that means there's definitely some difference between this one and the 2 of those.
The Fire and Earth Sept-Terrions.
Given that this one's impossible to analyze, well, it's just like an artifact in that regard.
Indeed. However, despite that, it still doesn't neatly fit the definition of an artifact. This Titan may have completed its objective, or perhaps was unable to complete it and then simply fell dormant. It really makes the heart stir to imagine all the exciting possibilities, doesn't it?
Well, looking at the thing, it does seem like it might have been quite the sight back in its prime. I definitely would have killed for a toy like this when I was a kid. But seriously, though, what the heck is this thing? The villagers nearby seem to revere it, though. How'd you get them to agree to let us take it?
Easily enough. The local vicar helped me convince everyone that we'll be taking very good care of it. I was glad to find him a very reasonable man. Pointless interchurch disagreements are, unfortunately, all too common in our line of work.
You can say that again. I've lost count on how many times I've wished the Congregation for Divine Worship would just let us do our jobs already. But all that aside, they made the right call to have us take care of it once things started to get suspicious here. It also lowers the risk of these cult freaks getting their grubby hands on it, since apparently they don't know when to quit.
So, it's the heretic hunter and the partitioner.
You took our brethren from us, and we're going to avenge them right here, right now.
And then the statue will be ours. Maybe it'll even grant us the power to bring down the goddess.
Getting a bit ahead of yourself there, don't you think, pal?
I'd certainly say so. Well then, how about we take care of our secondary mission while we have the opportunity? Completing last year's eradication operation by eliminating the remnants of the DG cult.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Better not underestimate us.
Bow down before true wisdom.
True wisdom. So these guys are with the main sect and not Paradise? I don't know. Ancient Statue Retrieval Mission End.
What's it got for us?
Okay, Righteous Thief Spoils. Have you heard of Righteous Thief AHREN'S who once made this very district into his prowling grounds? Well, I have a clue regarding the location of the treasure he left behind. If you're interested in the treasure hunt, then come to the Cultural District's back alleys. I'll tell you more about it there. Looks like there's another one. Waterway Bounty. According to this recent intel, dangerous monsters, the Hecate sisters, have been sighted in the underground waterways. We would greatly appreciate you taking care of this beast in the guild's stead. Your faith, Fati, right? We saw your request on the bulletin board earlier. I knew you'd come. None of you are at a Spriggan, though, are you? I assume you folks are taking on for SPGs in this place. Well, so you knew we weren't him and you still asked for our help. Don't tell me, do you know us? Not at all. But after taking a little look at what's been going on behind the scenes these past few days, I had a hunch. Finding that a man of the church is at the center of it all was a bit of a surprise, though, I'll admit. And that gentleman over there, well, it's probably best not to touch on that one, is it? Your discretion is much appreciated. So this request was about finding the location of some guy's treasure, right? What exactly did you get out of asking us to do something like that? All I'll say for now is I believe you all have the capabilities necessary to obtain this treasure. What's important is whether or not you all intend to follow through on this opportunity, so what will you do? Gray in law? I mean, I'm curious and all, but... Yes, first BG accepted. Now let's get hunting. Hey, hold on a sec, will you? I'm kind of curious myself, actually. After all, a chance like this doesn't come every day, right? And if all goes well, we might even be able to make back all of Rufus's money. Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that. But I suppose there's no harm in taking gambles every once in a blue moon, right? Alright, fine, we'll accept the request. We'll look for this AHRENS'S guy's treasure, or whatever it is. I knew he'd come around. So what kind of person was AHRENS'S? Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of him before. Definitely not someone we learned about in AHRENS'S. But judging from his name, I'm guessing he wasn't Central Eastern. I've heard of the man once or twice myself, and if I recall correctly, he was half Calvardian, half al-fayed. I believe there's an old anecdote about his exploits in Farbad. It claims he fought against a family who ruled the city with an iron fist. Indeed, though AHRENS'S was half Central Eastern, he was also a soldier of the kingdom of Calvard. So when he was dispatched to a location just outside of Farbad, he witnessed firsthand the cruelty wrought by the most prominent family in the region. Yeah, I heard about that when I was doing some research on the city. There was this independent lord, apparently, who owned a piece of land stretching from Farbad all the way to the western Alzheim. Got away with a lot of crap because of his connections in both countries. Yes, of course, AHRENS'S lodged complaints about the lord's behavior to both the army and the kingdom was unfortunately silenced. However, he had grown to care deeply for the people of Farbad, and had even taken a lover in the city. So to do right by them, he quit the army and took up arms against the family, knowing doing so would have him marked as a traitor and thief. And eventually the family was overthrown, forcing Calvard and Alzheim off their proverbial behinds to re-examine the governance of the region. I see, then is this treasure something he stole from the family? It's a strong possibility. You see, the majority of the riches they acquired for their exploitation had been returned to their rightful owners. The wealth the family gained by way of tolls and managing mines was also quite considerable. People believe that AHRENS'S may have hidden that wealth for his future descendants. Oh, boy, is this exciting or what? So you're going to give us a hint to where his treasure is, right? Well, the only hint I have for you is this map. You'll have to use the cipher written on it and to find a location on your own. You know, I'd make a comment about how cliche this all is, but this might actually be a good chance to test our skills a bit. Solve a mystery and find a treasure left behind by a legendary thief. It's almost like we're in a movie. Could do about the whole wild goose chase thing, though. But that's what makes it fun. Plus, searching for it ourselves will give us what they call a sense of accomplishment. Well, the rest is up to you, my friends. Remember to keep your wits about you, though. After all, you aren't the only ones with a hankering for treasure. Oh, so you're saying we could have competition, huh? No way we're losing now. That's the spirit. Now, if you'll excuse me, may Rouge grant you guidance. His intentions still have you suspicious, do they? Got that right. I mean, why give us this task to us instead of looking for a treasure himself? Plus, there was that whole thing about him doing his research before putting up his request. That said, it's not like I sense any malice from the guy, but I don't know, maybe he's just hard to read. Certainly possible, I suppose, but for a moment, I believe we'll have to advance the investigation to learn what his true motives are. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Right.
We'll sort this for us, PG.
So what's this a map of? Can't really tell, to be honest, but I do see that cipher he was talking about. Judging from the topography and the orientation of the area in relation to Farbad, I imagine it's likely somewhere in a sand sea. Maps from 100 years ago aren't really like the ones we use today, though. The symbols they used were different back then. Topography changes over the years, too. Gonna be pretty hard to find a treasure with just this to go off of. So we're gonna be taking a shot in the dark here, huh? Even with the map. Well, let's see. It says the first clue is hidden at the feet of the twins who support one another. Twins who support one another? What could that possibly mean? Well, wherever it is, it's unlikely to be man-made, given the nature of the sand sea during that era. However, if this cipher is indeed intended for use by future generations, it doesn't seem prone to change or decay either. So maybe we should be looking for stuff that's more hardy, like rocks or something. Man, this first BG sure ain't gonna be a stroll on the easy street, huh? Why don't we just head out to the dunes for now? Onward to treasure galore! Uh-oh.
Whee!
twins who support one another. Should be them, right? Oh, I get it. Two similar looking rocks leaning against each other. They're twins who support one another. So that means there's something hidden at the base of these rocks, right? Let's get digging, Gus. Yeah. Okay, a small ball containing a scrap of paper. Looks like another clue. I assume if we continue following his little brain teasers, we'll eventually come upon the location of the treasure, yes? Quite a well-designed experience. Well, what's to say? I'm getting to it, kid. Let's see, says the third clue is hidden in a place of rest only accessible on the longest days. The longest days is probably referring to the summertime, but what's place of rest is only open during the summer? Maybe we should think about what the summertime actually usually means for Farbad. I mean, it's the season where it gets even harder than usual, of course, but apart from that, it's the rainy season, isn't it? Come think of it, there was that big storm yesterday. I guess maybe it is the rainy season. That may be so, but a downpour like yesterday's was far from a usual occurrence. But at any rate, it's a place of rest that only appears in the Sand Sea during the rainy season. Are we starting to get the picture? I think so, yeah. It's... I think there was an oasis kind of place, yeah. It's near one of the save points. Somehow in this oasis... A watering hole or an oasis. I heard the two would qualify as a place of rest in the desert, after all. Don't think there's usually a watering hole here, at least not that I've heard. So this thing's shown up during the rainy season for the past 100 years, huh? Awfully reliable little thing. We don't have any more specific hints on where to start looking for a clue, do we? This thing around the entire watering hole would be a huge pain in the butt. Might be cheating, but I think I'm gonna rely on some tech for this one. Oh, looks like the only place a man-made object could be buried is over there. Scanning usually doesn't give us that kind of information in the desert, only on Nemeth Island. Alright, let's get digging. You're really getting into this, huh, S? Kinda feels like I'm starting to rub off on you. That's so adorable. We're digging in a section of sand near the oasis. The group has uncovered a pot containing a scrap of paper. Let's see, looks like a final clue. My treasure lies in the center of a ring woven by guiding sunlight. That Stonehenge-looking thing? Guiding sunlight? What the heck's that supposed to mean? In the past, people use the position of the sun and stars to determine the direction and tell time. Perhaps that's what it could be referring to. And maybe it wants us to find something that can be used to measure the time of day, like a sundial. Oh, like those things we saw earlier. You know, those big rock pillars that stick straight up out of the sand. They're pretty common in the Sand Sea. Yeah, they're all over the place. Heard they were shaped by that, like that by the wind. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to hear about merchants' caravans using them as sundials or landmarks or something. And perhaps our next task should be to seek out a group of these pillars that stand in a circle. Alright gang, we're heading out to the finish line. The treasure's so close I can practically taste it. Wait for us, my sweet. We're on our way. A ring woven by guiding sunlight. I think we found it, folks. Oh, and I bet the treasure is right smack dab in the middle, too. Alright, I'm gonna check out first. I didn't actually think we'd find anything. Seems we were right to take this gamble. I wonder what's inside. Come on, let's open it, Nadia. Sure, of course. At least that's what I like to say, but... We know you're there, you creeps, so why don't you come out on already? All sneaking around you were doing wasn't as subtle as you thought it was, just FYI. Jigs up, might as well show your faces, yeah? Guess we don't got much choice. Aren't these guys? Bugbear, a group consisting of so-called Jaeger dropouts. I suppose I had heard they'd end up in the Republics recently. So what exactly do you buggy boozwobber want with us? That's Bugbear to you, kid. Sheesh, first the fixers, now you guys. I know you're getting it wrong on purpose. Anyway, if you don't want to get hurt, you'll give us that there treasure, you hear? No hard feelings, we just need the money. Awfully bold of them. Got a feeling I don't quite know who they're dealing with. Weren't they and Rufus technically on the same side at one point? For temporarily? Well, Rufus was working for Osborne by spying on the Noble Alliance, but still. Bugbear, heard you guys have fallen into a whole lot of debt recently. So you came all the way to Farbad to try and turn your luck around, is that it? Gotta say, I admire you for going to all the effort. But that doesn't give you the right to steal our treasure. I mean, have you had no dignity? It's also what you want, but whoever gets that treasure in the end is the winner, no matter the means. If you don't agree to our demands, we won't show you any mercy. I don't care what you say, we found this treasure, which means it's ours, and we're not hanging it over. If you try to take it by force, you better believe we're gonna fight fire with fire. Besides, this treasure is AHRENS'S, the thief who stood up for ours when nobody else would. There's no way we'd hand over the likes of you. So to quote Arkride, afraid we can't agree to that request of yours. It just ain't up to our standards. Now let's give these small fry the punishment they deserve. Okay.
Might want a boost here.
Stigma release.
Sacred seal. Empower me.
Here we go.
Now my S-Craft only costs 50, even the combined one.
Let's see what you're made of.
Activating Shark Command.
Sept-Terrion!
Okay, Spear of and Loa.
One skill coming right up.
Seals of mine, conflicting from the abyss. Fly, holy spears of space. Pierce, unholy spears of time. By your opposing natures. Bring ruin to all!
Boost gauge enhanced.
No one survived it. In a more serious way, I would want to wait until I set up more buffs first. Specifically from Zodiac Sign. Team Nana 1, Bugbear 0. You said whoever gets the treasure in the end is the winner, right? Your loss simply proves once for all that you just don't have what it takes to obtain such riches. Oh, I can't believe we lost, but it's not too late. We've prepared something special for the occasion. Get away, cars! Hey, good thinking. Call me back up. Now we've really got an advantage. Having to pay you back for making fools of us. They got a lot of guts, I'll give them that, and they're more stubborn than I thought they'd be. Wish they'd use it for good or something. That's an awful lot of buggeroos. I mean, we can definitely beat them, but it's just, do we really have to? Not to worry, it seems our reinforcements have arrived as well. Huh? What's the meaning of this? A sniper? Didn't actually think they'd have backup out here. At this rate, we won't even have an advantage in numbers. Retreat! This just ain't worth it anymore. Well, I see they're discerning enough to know when to make a strategic withdrawal, at least. Oh, they're running away so fast too. We don't gotta chase them, do we? I'm tired. Not exactly the first person I thought would come to our aid. I think it's about time you told us your secret, don't you, Fati? I see. One of guessed you were AHRENS'S great-grandson. Knowledge of the treasure's existence has been passed down in my family for generations. As a matter of fact, after I found a map, I had even had a rough idea of where it was located. However, I never had any great desire for wealth, so I simply chose to let it be, but that's when those bugbear people showed up. Indeed, as soon as they caught the scent of treasure, those scoundrels were on the hunt. But I felt strongly about entrusting it to people who were actually worthy of AHRENS'S legacy, and nobody else. Ultimately, that's why I freely regard the idea of putting the so-called fixers I heard about to the test. And we just happen to be taking for SPGs in their place. Which means we weren't the ones you intended to entrust the treasure to, sorry. Oh no, it's something to worry about over. After all, you've more improved yourselves worthy of the treasure array. And knowing what I do with the fixers, you all seem to be acting with the exact same integrity. Woohoo, it sounds like we got a real seal of approval done. That means we can crack this thing open now, right? Can't wait to see what's inside. Gonna be disappointing somehow, isn't it? The treasure of a chivalrous thief who straddled the boundary between West and Central East. I imagine it'll be quite intriguing. Huh, this is... treasure, I think, but is this really all there is? A book, an old map, and a piece of jewelry. So, there might be another treasure we have to find. Oh, I mean, the jewelry does look expensive, so I guess I can't complain, but... how come the chest wasn't packed with riches beyond our wildest imaginations? It might not look like what we were expecting, but it maps the treasure too, Nadia. Look, the topography of the Sand Sea is drawn in such exquisite detail that's comparable to a map created with the latest surveying technology. It's an amazing creation for its time, don't you think? Indeed, it's likely one of the maps that AHRENS'S created while exploring the outskirts of Farbad. See, AHRENS'S was famous not only for fighting against tyranny, but also for studying the region's geography to ensure caravaners' safety. At the time, a map consisting of the culmination of all his work likely would have fetched a price equal to that of even gold bullions. There seem to be a few locations not present on modern maps. Wait, could this be a clue for our own quest? Maybe one of those locations is being used by Hamilton. But it must have some value as a historical document too. A historical document, you say? This is merely an estimate, but in the realm of academia, imagine it could fetch anywhere between 50,000 to 150,000 mira. Oh, that's a lot of moolah. And what about the book? Seems a bit different from a map, to be honest. You know, I think this might actually be Ahren's personal journal. Oh ho, that's gotta have historical value too, right? If you're not keeping anything else, you should at least keep this. Oh, are you sure? You lucky make a fortune off it. Maybe, but even if that were true, there must have been a reason Ahren's buried his journal alongside a treasure. And whatever the reason is, as his descendant, I think you have the right to know more than anyone. That said, you should keep the map too. This isn't about simple monetary value, it's about Ahren's legacy and the culmination of all his hard work. Indeed, and the person who strove to follow Ahren's final wishes should be the one to decide what to do with it. Frankly, us deciding without his consent where it's all to be liquidated or donated doesn't quite sit right with me. Yeah, I guess. Sucks, but it's the right thing to do. I couldn't agree more. Here, we'll show the map. Just go grind the Grim Garten. Memories of my ancestors left behind. I never imagined I'd get to know them someday. How can I ever thank you all? Don't worry about it. You made this request because you wanted to entrust a treasure to someone worthy, right? And we're just trying to help you fulfill that request, even though we're just Arkride Solutions stand-ins. I think maybe we could take that piece of jewelry, though. Doesn't seem like it had any special connection to Ahren's, after all. Actually, that was probably an informal gift given to Ahren's by the Grand Princess Valsheim. That's what it says on this piece of paper. It also mentions how it was bestowed by the royal family to the liberator of Farbad. The star and moon emblem. Not only has the ornament been embedded with high-purity esmeralda, but it seems to be of significant, be of ancient origins as well. If all is true, then wouldn't it have been important to Ahren's? Ahren's acknowledged that for all his attempts at chivalry, he was still just a thief and turncoat. Never felt he deserved a reward from the royal family. He didn't do the things he wanted for wealth. He did them for the people of Farbad. Plus, he vowed to never wear objects of value himself. He would rather they be entrusted to someone more worthy if such a person appeared. At least Ahren's wrote as much as in this piece of paper. And that's all more reason it should be kept in the family. Shouldn't you keep it? No, in fact, I think this treasure is one that should be entrusted to all of you. In doing so, I'm simply respecting Ahren's wishes. As a descendant of a thief, I have simply no right to keep it. You, those who protected this treasure from scoundrels of the underworld, are more than worthy to claim it as your own. I see, and we'll simply have to respect your decision then. I graciously accept this gift, Fatih. Though honestly, I don't know that I deserve to have it either. And I think you do. After all, you're the one who suggested we respect Ahren's wishes in the first place. If you don't want it, I can always take it. Show some self-restraint, please. Once more, I'm truly glad that I entrusted this task to you all. I hope we'll have the chance to meet again someday. Sure, and you take care of yourself. May Adios protect you. Fate certainly is a mysterious creature. You never quite know what will bring you next. Who would have thought we'd be able to fulfill a century-old thief's wishes? You know, honestly, it was kind of a letdown that the treasure was just those three things, so should we not have taken, like, a picture of the map just in case it has useful info that could lead us to Hamilton? But at least this emblem thing is cute. Well, the treasure's in its rightful place now, so I guess that's that, huh? Now, if the case is done dusted, why don't we try switching gears again?
Check that one off the list.
Money for our coffers.
Law up. Mirror Law. Star Moon Emblem. Okay. She got some stuff for this.
Yeah, baby.
Hanuman. Oh, wow. Wow, that's insanely good. Perfect evasion while casting arts.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Triple Hecate.
Pay careful heed. That's no simple foe.
Right behind you.
Might want a boost here. Activating Shark Command.
Sept-Terrion.
Hey.
Let loose.
Sacred seal of mine. Empower me.
Doing good.
Here's Loa here.
One skill coming right up.
Seals of mine, conflicting from the abyss. Fly, holy spears of space. Pierce, unholy spears of time. By your opposing natures. Bring ruin to all! How dare you!
We delayed one of them a little bit.
We've got this in the bag.
You have the advantage. Press it.
Give it your best!
Activating skill.
Chrono Blitz! Got it! Call the shots, Rufus!
Actuating.
Benching order to get our defenses speed up.
Doing good!
We need spare them nothing. Follow behind me.
Here I go.
We've got this in the bag.
What, gang?
We're doing good!
Give it your best shot!
I'll hit two of them at once.
We've got this in the bag.
Do it!
My cue.
Cleave through!
I'll say try and reach me.
Blow for blow!
Okay.
Okay, my evasion should go up while I'm casting.
Stay on guard.
Initiating drive.
Bad move, bucko.
Initiating drive.
Bad move, bucko.
Oh, they all got guard effects. Holy shit. One down.
Skill. The time is right for a sharp command.
It's a million.
Okay. Jabberwock Armageddon.
Press it.
Yeah.
Take it away!
Oh, what? Wrong one? Maybe? No.
Good chance!
Okay. It's actually going for Season Phantasmal Weber. That works too. Also puts one Fear of God in one of them.
Have the advantage. Press it.
We're doing
We do this. God damn it, Rufus. I really think Elaine is better for that reason.
You have the advantage. Press it.
Okay.
Can't recast it just yet.
Shard boost.
You have the advantage. Press it.
COC, activate!
Activating skill.
You aren't getting away! Ross! Cypher! Got it!
One down.
Removed.
Let's do this!
Free of swords. Well, it's all marked up. Yes.
Have the advantage. Press it.
Activating skill.
Nen's here! You're done for!
Delayed.
Got it! Keep it up, Nadia!
We got. Oh wow, that's
Doing good!
because it costs more. Actually, Jabberwock armor is more EP efficient, even if its area is a bit smaller, isn't it?
Initiating drop.
Oh, wow, she's almost out of gas. I can take advantage of the chain effect now, too.
Give it your best shot.
Stream stun.
You would challenge a nameless rook?
Victory or nothing!
So be it. Let the duel commence.
Disperse!
Victory!
Triumph reached. At your will.
And that's it for my EP. Yeah, Frau is way more efficient.
Still not strong enough. Request completed.
Oh, well, that went as well as it could have, I think.
Rewards. Yeah! Got something!
Okay, rank A. It only gives MP2, come on. Well, that should be all I need from here.
Yeah, baby.
Neptune Tackle. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.